Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tuesday, December 19th, 2023, and this is Monday Morning Briefing, episode 107. Sorry we didn't have one last week. We were just kind of busy in the shop doing our Christmas gifts. I've said all along that I didn't take any Christmas orders, and I really didn't, but we did have a few that were kind of ordered really early this year, like January, February, and just said, hey, put us down. I kind of honestly forgot about them, and so we ended up getting those going. Actually, I got them going, I guess, right before Thanksgiving. Just got them started, and then we ended up finishing those up last week. We had to get those out. They're just kind of for some real good friends, kind of client friends, and so we got those done. Plus, my wife tends to promise a couple things here and there for good people, so good folks that we know and friends and things. So I've got two little bitty things that I'm going to make today that we need to ship out, but we did not hit our last ship date, which we've all talked about coming into the season, that our last ship date, I was encouraging you to try to have that be last Friday, which was the 15th, I believe. I was really close to hitting that myself. Both of the items that we shipped were going somewhere here, and so here kind of semi-local, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if you've got something that's going out of state, that's where you've got to be real careful. So hopefully you were able to get all your stuff shipped out. If you didn't, don't stress out. You've still got, 4 days here this week, kind of, to get those out of here, because remember, Christmas is on Monday, so there will be no Christmas Eve delivery because that's Sunday. So you want to get those out, I would probably say at the latest by tomorrow, and hopefully you're not stressing out. And maybe you did it like we talked about, as far as do all your shipping stuff first, and then any of your local pickup stuff, you can always finish that out this week and have them pick those up. But hopefully you're ahead of the game. You've got things lined out, and you got a little lighter plate right now so that you can enjoy this last week here before we get into the Christmas holiday weekend. And hopefully you've got lots of things, fun things planned, and good time with family. Unless you don't want to be around your family, then great. Then plan something that's great for you. That's awesome too. I'm gonna go over some of the stuff that we've got going, because like I said, I've kind of been just running and gunning here in the shop, been having fun. The kids have been working on some projects. Claudia's been working on some bags. She's really getting the duffel bag down. Aaron at Maker's Leather Supply, this year he taught a lot of classes on making his duffel bag, and she really likes making those. So she's been making quite a few. She's made, I think, 3 in the past 2-3 weeks. And so we ended up buying from my buddy Robert at Lewis Leather Sales. He had some shrunken buffalo, or shrunken bullhide. It's not buffalo, it's shrunken bullhide. This stuff we have sold before. It's got a lot of good texture to it, a lot of grain on it, and it makes really nice, mainly what I've sold it to you guys for is for the wristlet purse material packs. We've done this in brown. The brown gray is what I called it, had more of a gray in it. He had a lot of black left and a little bit of brown left, a dark brown, and I ended up getting all that he had. I don't normally buy a lot of material for our inventory reasons at the end of the year, but this was a really good deal and I didn't want to miss it, and so I went ahead and got it. And so I've got quite a bit of this black, and so Claudia actually made a duffel bag out of this, and I think it turned out really neat. We used the cheetah print hair-on hide that we got from Aaron at Maker's Leather Supply during one of their odd lot sales that we've talked about before. So she made a little pocket with that. I thought this bag turned out really nice. It's got a good weight to it. It's not super heavy because this leather's, 4 to 6 ounce, something like that, 4 to 5 ounce. But it's got a lot of good body to it. It's not super stiff. And this bag, it really made a nice duffel bag. It was easy to make, easy to deal with. The material wasn't real stiff. I prefer the bags she's made out of a little bit more of a tempered oil tan. Those bags have a little bit more structure to them, and I just like the way they feel. But they are a little bit more difficult to deal with when you're making those, especially when you're turning them right side out. But we went ahead and got the this shrunken bullhide, and so I'm gonna cut out, I think she's gonna do one more bag today. She wants to give it a go one more time with this. We may do it out of the brown, but I have a lot of this black, so I will be putting some of this on the material packs, or the From the Cut Bench page on our website, and I'm gonna cut up a bunch of wristlets and put them on there. So if you're needing some, I know it's end of the year, but they'll be on there coming into 2024. We've got quite a bit of this stuff. They're double shoulders, and so I can get quite a few wristlets out of there. I get, I think, almost one duffel bag out of these per side or per piece. Just kind of depends on each piece. Each piece, they vary in sizes. But anyway, be on the lookout for that. I may come up with something different to cut out of these two and put those on the cut bench page. But I've got quite a bit of it, so I just wanted to let y'all know we have some more of that. I know those have been popular. The shrunken bullhide material packs that we've done in the past, people really like. Another new item that I kind of came up with, I had a local customer that came in that he's a carpenter, a wood craftsman, and he's got a mill and he's got all this stuff. And he brought me a bunch of sticks, and he was like, "Can you make me a fly swatter?" And he wanted like a dozen of them to give away as Christmas gifts. And I don't really take orders like that, but the idea was really cool. And he's kind of a buddy here in town, an older gentleman, and he had a little idea. And so we kind of put some stuff together, and it just so happened that if you notice on our website, we do have the cattle ear tag cut pieces available on the website. We've got this large cow ear tag and the smaller one in a 3-pack, and it just so happened that's a perfect size for a fly swatter. So that's what we ended up doing for him, and I had to punch all the holes by hand. We may get a die made with all these holes already in it, but that's something to think about. I think it's kind of neat. It's kind of a novelty. It's a cow ear tag, which if you're in the cattle industry, you know sometimes you put cow ear tags that are impregnated with like a fly repellent in there to help the cows with the flies and stuff. And I just think it's kind of cool. So if you're looking for another idea for a product to have in your booth at, say, a craft show or a fair or something like that, a market days, a fly swatter would be pretty good. I think I priced these at like 35 bucks. I probably won't put them on the website. We might at some point, but they're so long. You're gonna have to have we'll have to get a box and all that and make sure we can ship it. Plus I worry about them breaking and shipping. These particular ones here, I think it's just some kind of pine wood. I'm not really sure what kind of wood this is, but that would be my only concern with selling them on the website, is them getting to you not broken. But if you want to make your own, then you want to buy the large cattle ear tag material pack that we sell. That large one is almost perfect for a fly swatter. I mean, it works really good. We've got one here in the workroom we've been using, and like I said, I made a dozen of them up for us for our little Christmas event that we had a couple weeks ago, and we sold quite a few of them. They're really neat. Or you could just call Texas Custom Die and get your own die made. We did not design this ear tag die. They have one already. Like they have shapes and things like that. You don't necessarily need to send them a file or a cutout. You can just call them and say, "Hey, I want a big cattle ear tag like Don's got." If you've got a clicker or you've got one of those little wonders or whatever that is, that the ones that has the big bar on it that you click things out with, that's a perfect little item to make up a few of these and just have them in your booth. Everybody that came in during that Christmas event was talking about them. Like I said, they thought they were really neat. It's just kind of a novelty. I think it's pretty cool. So we're really excited about that. Like I said, if you come to the shop and you'd like one, we do have them on the wall out there on the retail floor. But like I said, I don't know if we'll put them on the website just for shipping concerns. I don't like shipping stuff. The acrylics, they worry me already, and we ship those in a tube if you've bought some of our belt acrylic patterns so that they don't get broke, because acrylics will break. You may have experienced that yourself in your own shop. But yeah, just trying to come up with some kind of fun little items just to have on the retail floor. Just have, if we go to a show, we will probably take some of these with us just because they're kind of fun. Another item, I'm gonna go ahead and leak this one out early just because I'm excited about it, and a good friend brought a friend of the shop here that's been coming by kind of on a semi-regular basis. When he's in the area, he'll stop in, and I always enjoy visiting with him. But we got to talking one day about tally books. He works in the oil field, and he brought me a whole stack of tally books. And I have a pattern already for a tally book cover. I'm going to check it and maybe modify it and update it a little bit. We used to make these all the time back in the day around Bryan College Station. There's a lot of oil field guys there, Texas, pretty much everywhere they are, and they use a lot of tally books. And so that was always a really neat gift for companies to give to their employees, or for guys just to hand to customers or whatever. And so we would make leather tally book covers. We've done fully tooled ones, we've done plain ones, we've done just some out of chap leather. They're really good. You've probably made these before. If you're doing leather work for any length of time, you've probably had somebody ask you about making a tally book cover. And so he brought me these here that he uses. that he claims are some of the more popular ones as far as sizing goes. And I think they're all roughly the same size, but I'm gonna make a pattern or update my pattern, and then we will have that project video out first of the year. We'll try to get that done early January. I'm kind of already started designing it and kind of getting ready to shoot some of the stuff, but I was gonna go ahead and let y'all know about it on this as we round out 2023, so that you know at least one of the newer pattern packs that's coming. I've got a list of ones we need to shoot that we're working on, getting the patterns kind of finalized on, and I'm pretty excited about it. We've got some smaller projects that are gonna be really easy and quick for you to make. So if you're just starting out in leatherwork and you wanna make something that's kind of cool and different, it's not the same thing as what everybody else is making, that's gonna be a really neat idea and something that you can do fairly easily. If you're you know, somebody's been doing leatherwork a long time, it's just gonna be another one of those items you can put some of your scrap leather to use, have those items made up. You can spend a day and make up a dozen of these, whether it's a tally book or these other things that I'm working on, those kind of projects. And we've got some more complicated projects. So I'm gonna try to do possibly some heavier builds this year in 2024. That we may even, one of them I may have to break up into like a series to where it's maybe 2 videos or something. I don't know yet. We may be able to do it all in one shot, but I think it's gonna be a fun build. They're gonna be cool, just so that we've got a little variety on there. I talked to a lady the other day that called, and her grandson's wanting to get into leatherwork and stuff, and I think he's like 12 or something. And she was asking me, are all my projects kind of higher end or upper level? I'm like, no, we've got a lot of the projects, knife sheaths, gunslings, you know, your belts, obviously, those are easier. There's a lot of those items that we've created project videos for that are great for entry level and also great for just anybody wanting to put stuff in their booth. It's all, you already know how to make things. It's just another idea, just something else to put together. But we've got some really cool stuff that's going to be coming through in 2024. Again, we're going to go to 4 shows this year. So we'll be in Prescott, Arizona in February at that show. We'll be in Sheridan, Wyoming in May for Leathercrafters Saddlers Journal show there. We will be building a saddle for the World Leather debut as well on that. And then we'll also be in Waco at their show, the Heart of Texas Leather Show. And then we will most likely go to Wichita Falls again. I'm not truly confirmed on that just yet because, like I said before, that one kind of threw a kink a little bit in our fall season stuff that we have going on down here. So we're just going to kind of see. I think we'll be fine. I'm probably 99% sure we're going. But I just, like I said, as we get closer, we'll let you know on that. But we're going to go to those 4 shows. Those first 3 shows are all put on by the Leathercrafters and Saddlers Journal. And you can go to their website and just look them up, Leathercrafters and Saddlers Journal, and they have the events on there. You can get information about the hotels available, when the classes start, what classes are still available. I have not had time to really look at mine, so I'm not sure if I've got positions or spots open still in the classes that we'll be teaching in Prescott, but we're going to be teaching 2 different classes twice a piece. So there's a lot of opportunity there. So if you're interested in getting into one of those, there may be some spots open still. You can go on there and look at that schedule. There's a lot of classes offered by a lot of other craftsmen as well. So be sure to look at that. Some of these folks, it's a great opportunity to sit down with them and be in a room and learn from them face to face. It's a really, really neat opportunity. And it makes the week really that much better than just going to the trade show, which a trade show is always amazing. It's always fun time. But if you can get a class or 2 put in there too, it really makes the week that much more valuable. As you can see behind me here, we've got the class 26 sitting behind me. I did end up, Claudia has been wanting one of those. She's been doing more bags. She's been getting along fine with my class 4. The only issue with the class 4 is that I wanted to run a smaller thread size. And as we've talked about, I'm sure in a video in the past, the class 26 I've had my eye on for quite some time because I want to run 138 size thread for my strap goods, belts, chaps, any of that kind of stuff. I want to run a little lighter thread. I run 207 in my class 4 and it works great. There's no real issue with it. I just want to see a little bit tighter thread in there. And we ran across a good opportunity. I actually had a customer send me a screenshot of Facebook ad or Facebook post. Somebody was selling this machine. They weren't, that particular person that messaged me wasn't anywhere near us. I don't believe in the state, but he was like, I think this town is near you somewhere, and it was a town that's kind of not too far, maybe an hour or so. And so I immediately messaged the young lady and visited with her a little bit, and she just bought it and never used it. And she had other machines in her shop and everything else, just never really put this one to work, and so she needed it out of her way. And so we got a good deal on it, helped her out, got us a machine. We were glad to have it, and the machine literally I don't think ever had been sewn on other than at the factory. It still had the piece of leather in there that they shipped them to you with to show you that they sewed when they boxed them up. And so we got it in here. We've had it for, we've probably had it since back before Thanksgiving, a couple of weeks. And I've just been trying to get it kind of figured out. We will be doing a video of just kind of like we did on the Class 4. I'll do a little video on kind of how I use it and kind of its pros and cons. I've already found a couple little things where it's like I'm used to the Class 4, whatever I can put in there. Thickness wise, I don't ever have to worry about thickness so much on the Class 4. This one does have a little bit less height lift on the presser foot, so about a 1/2 inch or so. I think they say 5/8, so something like that would be about the max thickness that you can sew in that, which I hardly ever max out the Class 4, and there's only been one situation where I sat down at this one. I thought, it's probably a little heavy, so we'll go ahead and sew it on the Class 4. But all in all, this has been an amazing little machine. I really, really like it. I haven't found anything that I just really dislike about it. It's really easy. Claudia gets along with it really good. The kids can sew on it. It did come with the table adapters. You can put a flatbed on here, and so that helps a lot when you're sewing a lot of these bag parts. It helps because the leather's so soft that helps to have that table there. And then with this machine in particular, like say on the duffel bag, when you're sewing the ends on, you can't do that on a flatbed very easily. Maybe you can get by, but it's a lot easier if it's a cylinder arm machine. So we can take that table off when she goes to sew the ends on the bag, and it makes things a lot easier. So that's always the advantage of a cylinder arm, which we've talked about that before. But the next one that she wants to get, usually at the end of the year I try to put at least look at what tools do we need, what do we need to put back into the business, kind of make sure that we're continuously feeding it a little bit to where we're making things a little bit easier. So this year we added the MP4. And we added the Class 26, and so that's going to help. That's already helped us a ton in here, and it will help us in the videos as far as being able to make a bigger variety of products and try some different things. Now, I know not everybody has all of this machinery in their shops, but it's good to know what machinery is out there and what machinery does and the advantage of it. A lot of times I will show you different ways of doing it if you don't have that machine in particular to do whatever task we're trying to accomplish. But it's just a good thing to know that there is machinery out there that can kind of help you and make the jobs easier. And there's some machines that, they make that one job easier, but it's not worth having that machine. And that's kind of the way I was with the Skyver for many, many years. I don't need that. I can't justify the expense of that machine just to do that one deal. I've been on that machine every day. Every day we're building something in here, we will find a reason or a purpose for using that machine so that we can make that task that much quicker and that much easier. So I know, like I said, I've been in business 20 years, and for the first 15 years of my business, we didn't have a clicker. We had access to them, but we didn't have one. So I understand that we can't all just get all the machines that we need, but it's good to know that they're out there and what they do, and that way you can make a decision as your budget allows which one I can get and which one I'm going to get first before this one, before that one. So that's kind of the deal. Do I need two sewing machines that do almost the same thing? No, not really, but the shop's at the point where it can really use that, especially when we do classes next year. We'll have a couple machines there where we can, better facilitate the class when we don't have a line backed up on one particular machine for the whole time. And speaking of those classes, like I said, we are going to put out that class schedule in January. I'm hoping I'm going to sit down over the Christmas break. We probably won't be in the shop a ton between Christmas and New Year's. I usually that's my downtime to revamp, organize, spend time with family, that kind of thing every year before New Year's. And so, but during that time also, we're also in time of reflection, like looking back on the year, trying to figure out, what worked, what didn't work, what can we do better, where do we need a little improvement, what items do we need to bring in, what type of products, what type of videos to shoot. We'll be looking at all of that stuff during that week. And we'll also be, Claudia and I, just kind of visiting about around the shows that we're going to, what weekends we've got cow shows or family functions, whatever we've got going, when we can kind of lay out those class schedules so that we can get some folks in here for some different workshops. Like I said, I don't know how many we're going to do. Some of them may be one day. Some of them may be 2 or 3 day workshops that just have to kind of see what projects we're going to do and go ahead and give it a go. We're going to try it in 2024, like I said. So be sure you're signed up for the Leathercraft newsletter at dgsaddlery.com. There's a form on almost every page. You can just plug your name and email address in there, and you'll be on there. And that way, when we send that out, you'll have access to that. We'll probably post it on the website too. I don't know if I'll do just like a static calendar with that on there, but we will notify everybody. We'll talk about it here. And that kind of deal, and I think it's going to be good. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And like I said, we'll always teach classes at these events, the leather shows and things like that. But other than that, we're just like I said, today we're in here. We're trying to get the last bit of our Christmas shopping done, as most of y'all probably are as well. I feel like I'm starting a little early. It's not even Christmas Eve yet, so I don't know why I'm real worried about it, but Claudia wants to get it done early, so we'll go ahead and start, I guess. But we got to get all that done, and then kind of try to get ready. I've got some family coming in this weekend for Christmas, and so we're excited to see them. We're getting the menu ready. I'm probably going to cook and barbecue, so I may share some of that on my Instagram page and kind of go from there. And we've had a lot of people email me about that follow me on Instagram in particular, wanting to see more of the barbecue stuff. I barbecue a lot. Like my boy and I started a fire last night when we got home. First thing we did was start a fire in the little fire pit. I'm in the process of designing and building a cook shack, and by cook shack I mean lean-to cook shack. It's not going to be anything fancy, but I want to build it to where I can store my firewood. We can cook in there. In the wintertime especially, we've got a break from the north wind, that kind of deal, because I like to cook all year round. We don't get snow all the time down here, so for us, if I can, we're outside, and we're burning something, whether it's just fajitas or whatever. We've got something going on. But I've had a lot of people email say, well, I want some of these recipes, or you should post more and more of this, more of that. So if you're interested in more of the barbecue stuff also, or just like seeing some more of that stuff, we're debating on how to actually integrate some of that. But I don't have a lot of recipes. I have a lot of borrowed ideas, and then I modify them to suit our taste and needs, right? So, but if you're interested in that, let me know. We can certainly try to work a little bit more of that in there, especially if I get my little cook shack done here at some point. I think it'd be a neat place to shoot a few little videos just for fun, and either put them on this channel or put them on our Instagram or whatever, for some of the dishes that we do make and stuff. Comment below or shoot us an email and let us know if you're interested at all in that, and we'll see what we can do. I always like to cook, so any excuse I have to barbecue is a great deal for me. So we didn't do any kind of snowman updates this year. I did find the snowman. I found him in the box when we were decorating the shop and everything else. My little girl found him, and she's been keeping up with the days, of course. She's a kid. She's excited Santa's coming. She's excited for Christmas, family, and everything. So she's been counting down the days for me, but we haven't done enough videos to really do a lot of snowman updates. So I'm going to give you the last one, and this is the one and only for this year, for 2023. Well, you got 6 days till Christmas, and so that's my little snowman. I think he's now going to be a part of I think this year what I'll do is I'll put him up inside the office so he doesn't get buried in a Christmas box that we don't know where he's at. And then next year we'll try to do a better job of starting to count down Christmas, maybe around Halloween, and that way you guys will have, not that you don't know where Christmas is, but I like to keep you updated and to scare you a little bit and stress you out, because that's what my little girl said yesterday. She said 7 days till Christmas. I said, quit saying that. We've got so much to do before we get to it. Like, I feel like we should have another couple of weeks, but the end of this year has gone faster and faster. And from what I've heard from older friends of ours and family members and things, as your kids get older, your time goes faster. And so it does seem that way, like it's getting to where every year it just blazes through. Once we hit Halloween, it's just kind of like a spit in a minute, and we're at Christmas. So, but that's the way it is, and it's a good time. I really like Christmas too, so I like the fall season. I like all the holidays, and the weather for here. I don't want to be in Wyoming, no offense, guys, but y'all's winters are probably not. I'm not really built for that. But I do like that, and so it's my favorite season. So that's probably why it goes by so quickly too. But I hope everything is going well for you. I hope you're able to get all your projects done. Hopefully you're sitting in a good position and you've gotten everything done. You're not stressed out. You're going to be able to spend some time with family and just kind of relax and finish out the rest of the year. New Year's will be coming right after that, and we always enjoy that. We usually do a little something at our house and have some friends over and, pop some fireworks and have a good time, barbecue. And so we're excited to do that as well. And we'll probably try to have another video next week. I don't know. We've just got a bunch of things going on right now in the shop. I can't tell you if we will make one next week or not. I just know we've got a lot of irons in the fire right at the moment at the end of the year that's fun and exciting. So we're excited to get to 2024, but we don't want to rush out the rest of this year. So I hope you and your family are doing well. I hope y'all have a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that. And if we talk to you again before the end of the year, great. If we don't, we will see you in 2024. And I want to thank you for following us and for watching our content. And hopefully it's given you a little bit of added value in your shops and your skill set, and that you've learned a little something. And we do appreciate the feedback, all the feedback that everybody gives us, good or bad. It helps us so that we know what we're doing, and so that we can continuously improve what we're doing. And we obviously appreciate all the support that y'all have given us in 2023 and all the previous years. And so we're having fun on the channel. We're going to keep it going, and let's round out the rest of the year good, and we'll see y'all in the next Monday morning briefing.